Hey everyone, this is Carla. Welcome to this episode of Projectized, the Project Management Show. And this week we'll be focusing on the identifying stakeholders project management process. So, for those who are new, live, and replay viewers, welcome. This show, we deal with three things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. And so, for the programming this week, we're going to focus on identifying stakeholder project management process. And I will be reading from the Project Management Body of Knowledge, 6th edition. And so its definition is the process of identifying stakeholders regularly and analyzing and documenting relevant information regarding their interests, involvement, interdependencies, influence, and potential impact on project success. Furthermore, I want to talk about throughout the project. One of the biggest things regarding project failure is that both the project manager and the project team only identify stakeholders in the initiating processing group. So, identifying stakeholders is in the initiation process group, but there are four others. So, there's five domains: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. So the definition is to do it throughout the other four processing groups. And the stakeholders that were with you in identifying stakeholders may not be there when you move on to planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. Moreover, you have specialists on your project that are good for certain phases. So to guarantee or increase the likelihood of project success, you have to identify your stakeholders. I also wanted to highlight this is the second of the two initiating processing group project management processes. So last week in a previous episode, I discussed develop project charter. Another thing you have to learn if you are studying project management is for initiation, one has to come after the other. So you must develop the project charter before you identify stakeholders. When we move on to planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, it doesn't matter what stage or what idea you do it in. All that matters is that you get the project management processes done. But specifically for here, you must, in initiating processing group, you must develop the project charter because it does two things. It authorizes the project and it assigns the project manager. Then after that, you identify stakeholders. So for this episode, gave you the definition of identifying stakeholders. Since we have some new people in here, I'm going to reread the definition per the Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition. Is the process of identifying project stakeholders regularly and analyzing and documenting relevant information regarding their interests, involvement, interdependencies, influence, and potential impact on project success. And one more tidbit I want to give you about identifying stakeholders. Two things actually. Number one, 90% of your job as a project manager is identifying stakeholders and communicating with them. That's extremely important. The second thing is this comes from the stakeholder management knowledge area. And why is communication so important? Because this process, identifying with stakeholders, was previously in the communication knowledge management area. But upon the fifth edition of the project management body of knowledge, it was moved into its own section. So, from a project management perspective, communication and identifying stakeholders are very, very important. Selecting and finding which ones are your champions are very important to increasing your project success. So, this concludes this episode of Projectized, and some of the live viewers that I would like to thank are Ashley Schuler, Shim Slate Shady 27 from Instagram Live, and Lachette Sylvester from Periscope Twitter Live. Those are some of the people and some others who have watched me live. Finally, You can catch me here on Projectized Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also sign up for our free PM Project newsletter at bit.ly/PM Project Meal. So I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for taking out the time to watch this episode of Projectized. Now,